laugh at you guys, huh?
Okay. Hello, everybody! I can't hear what's going on. On track. I know you guys can. Wait now. Shouldn't. Hello, everybody! Shouldn't affect too much of what. I can't hear what's going on. Okay. Let's on track. I know you guys can. Through. Wait now. Shouldn't. Hello, everybody! Shouldn't affect too much of what. I can't hear what's going on. Okay. Let's on track. I know you guys can. Through. Oh! Wait now. Shouldn't. Hello, everybody! Shouldn't affect too much of what. I can't hear what's going on. Okay. Let's on track. I know you guys can. Through. Oh! Wait now. Shouldn't. Hello, everybody! Shouldn't affect too much. The echo. I can't hear what's going on. Okay. Echo though. Let's on track. I know you guys can. Through. Oh! That echo is real. Alright. Hello, everybody. Oh. Ooh. There's a bit of a delay between those, but that's fine. What? Huh. Probably just could be wise. Now I have no audio. Why do I keep doing that? This is crazy. I restart my computer, and it all goes hand grenades in a handbasket. Crazy. I have no sound again. What is I don't understand. Crazy. start. I think I figured it out here. Audio problems. Well. Alright. That. Bring OBS back up. Hop on board with a car that's not on track at the moment. I hear me in my ears. That's not good. Oh. We're gonna figure this out together. Yeah, I know it says Catalunya. I haven't done anything. I've been having some serious issues with audio. I reset my computer earlier, and I go to test the stream about 25 minutes ago or so, and I literally had no audio whatsoever. No audio going in, no audio coming out. But I think I fixed it, other than I can hear myself in my head. I believe I'll just have to deal with it. Yeah. I think we're okay then. I think that is fine. Alright, let me see if I can find these. Here? No, that's not it. Oh, no, that's also wrong. Here it is. Nice thing. Okay. Back on yes. Let's see here. Which one? Is this one right? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. New overlay coming at you. I have everything turned down. I'm gonna adjust volume here in a second. I can turn that back up. No problem. I definitely appreciate the assistance of audio help. I can hear things, but I don't know if you guys can hear things. Ooh, big hit there from McLaren. I believe that was DOR Steve. Yeah. That was a big hit. That is not ideal. Wet conditions are going to bring a lot of that. There. How is it? It shouldn't be. It's all audio is coming straight from capture card to OBS. Whatever you guys are hearing, it must be either in game or or something to do with the capture card. Oh. Yeah, have to deal with a little distortion. That's fine. I'm gonna reset all of this. Start from scratch. There's still 23 minutes left of free practice, so it's not easy time-wise for me. I figured that out quite quickly. Nice. I see that even in the wet conditions, 230s, 233s, possible right now. I'm sure that'll continue to drop as these guys run more and more and more. Goodbye with you. Okay, as long as it's not too bad, you can understand me, and you can understand and hear the cars out on track, that's ideal. Social media stuff. Yeah, the weather conditions are incredibly unpredictable for this particular event. It'll be completely dry one session. The next session, it'll be like a lake. So, we'll see. Free practice, right now, it's clearly in the wet. So, free practice and qualifying are set close to similar time of days. We'll see what happens there. Race, I believe, is next day in game. doing this. Whoop. That's not too bad. Yeah. I'm hiding all of my audio mixers that I don't necessarily need right now. "18 minutes left in free practice as most of the drivers are now starting to hop in the lobby and actually double down on some lap times. Riding on board with PTG Sean at the moment in the Mercedes. For all the Mercedes, looks very composed out there on track. Oh, getting squirrely there on the rumble strips. Those get pretty slick. Trying to put the power down. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the time between dry and wet varies per track. Some tracks, it depends on the, high-speed corners. You can brake relatively close to the same points, but your top speeds aren't, nearly what they are in the dry. Sawing at the wheel there at the top of Rouge. A little time to do it. He's made the tweets. CRT made it. He was just in another league event. GT4 BMW. Everybody in pit lane at the moment. All of these guys must be fairly confident to just be chilling in pit lane and not getting precious lap times in. Although this is a very lengthy race, we will be racing for 100 minutes on the clock for this race with a extended qualifying time. All of these guys will be split into two groups. The GT4 cars and the GT3 cars will not be qualifying at the same time. Each class, I believe, will be getting 15 minutes of standalone track time. So that kind of gives the guys a little bit of cool down time from practice to continue on with qualifying with a little bit of a break, or a break before qualifying. Ruh-roh. Mittens in his BMW. The last race we had 4 BMWs in GT4. Actually, I think we started with 5 and ended with 4. I think we had back out. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it went down. All of my things are breaking. See the speed differences between the two classes right there. You have the Mercedes of Sean and the BMW of Mittens there down the long, technically back straight, which is a continuous turn. Mercedes just pulling away from the BMW at a hefty rate. Less than 10 minutes until qualifying, everybody. Get the real party started. Kind of just hanging out, chilling, scoping out some of the sweet rides. My phone reboots here. Let's look at all of the cars. Fuzzball and a Janetta. Look at that. Love to see the Janetta out there on track. Something you just don't see every day. Alright. Aston Martin in the GT4 field. Love that Aston Martin. Love that car to death. Very fun to drive. Very fun to drive car. Working his way through the S's. GT3 Audi. Alright, that is a quick look at your drivers out on track. Mittens, let's ride on board with Mittens so we can see just how obnoxiously long this pit lane is. Alright, he's out of the main pit box area. Still in pit lane. Now entering second pit lane. Discord. Everything's going pretty well. As far as everything in Discord, no issues to be had. That's a good sign. minutes left before qualifying. Yeah. All right. I am going to use this time to take a quick break, get a water, because I am going to need it. You guys do the same. Hydration is very important. Don't you know? Right. Well, 1 minute, everybody. Less than a minute 30. Woo! I know I went to go get a water, but I also went to go get a sody pop. Some delicious DP. The race fuel for the human. Fantastic. Alright, a few more drivers. Looks like they're coming in. Nice, nice, nice. Should have a few more, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check the actual attendance sheet that we have in Discord. Oops. Oh, that's a bummer. The wrong one. There we go. There we go. Who are we missing? Oh, there's another one. We got another one. Whoa. Green light. Go, go, go. Right. All switched out of his Janetta back into his 55 car. A lot of the drivers had the option or opportunity to switch out of their car into another one for the remainder of the season, but they would lose all points that they had gotten from round one. I don't see too many drivers that have actually changed. So, good. Oh, qualifying has started. 30 minutes has started. The GT3 cars, I believe, will be going first. So, yeah, there they go. They're all exiting pit lane now. I guess we should do a proper intro, shall we? Right, guys, this is the Paddock Sim Racing's round 2 of Spa. This is the multi-class. Did our very first multi-class series event in Assetto Corsa. GT3 and GT4 machines out on track together. As you can see, we are in the wet conditions still, which are going to play a huge factor. Lap times aren't going to be as quick as we'd like to see them. And it looked like we already had a car spin. It was one of the Lexus machines of either could have been Nighthawk and or Fudge, both TPSR drivers. Come on, guys, come on now. As we're right on board with Black 01. Ooh, big wiggle through the long sweeper there, and is Sean, his Mercedes, as we get going on the GT3 outlaps. Still kind of all bunched together out on track. We're missing probably 2 GT3 drivers, one of which I know isn't going to be here due to a power outage. They were saying in Discord, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. These guys are still gonna fight it out. The driver's down. Just now completing their outlaps. We get to see what they can really do. Still quite all bunched together as they come out. Only have 15 minutes of go time. Ferrari. Ricker? Here's the schedule for this season. See, we're around 2 this week. Not. Yeah, this is our schedule. So we're just getting started with this series. A lot of racing left to do. This is our longest event of the season, of the multi-class season. And it is going to be a ball, that is for sure. Especially in these wet conditions. The race start is going to be hectic, for sure. Uno momento. Here. Image. Labeled Boom. That's how we do it. Open and kaboom. There you go. So here's point standings as thus far for the. Oh, that's who else we're missing. We're missing Coat. Coat isn't in. Whoa, big off there by the Ferrari. Up the hill. Oh, Lex is coming up over the hill there. Almost collecting the back end of the Ferrari. That's a scary moment. Yeah, you got to run that fine line coming up through Rouge. Very, very scary on a good day. And then you run it in the wet, it just makes it that much more terrifying and fun at the moment. So, yeah, we're missing both our class leading drivers tonight. So we're missing Coat, we're missing ART Magic 8, we're missing Battery, and we're missing Captain Raj. So that's both classes' top 2 drivers out of points thus far this season. Leaving some very good news there for TPSR Fudge and 2 Fuzzball to collect as many points as possible from those guys. All 4 of those drivers, the top of their class at the moment, are very fast guys. As you go back and watch the race from Catalunya, you could definitely tell the top 2 in GT3 were on a mission. They were on a tear during that particular race. About 6 minutes left in the GT3 qualifying, and then the GT4 machines will take the track. Split qualifying, about 15 minutes each for each class. GT3 up first. Got the Ferrari coming out of pit, and the Ferrari coming through Rouge. Flyer will clear the car leaving pit lane with plenty of room to spare. Nice to see that. All right. Go. Whoops, that's not good. Hear the traction control kicking on in that Mercedes trying to grasp for any kind of grip out of that hairpin in the final chicane. Which is another corner that is a struggle bus even in the dry. Put the power down coming out of that corner. Looks like a few drivers have already put in some times. Got a 2:30 by Sean thus far. It's a pretty decent wet time. The dry times are about, I think they were running 25s around here. So 25, 225s were fast in the dry. I don't know exactly what the fastest lap time in practices were. I wasn't in the TPSR server a whole lot this week. I was mostly doing practice for the 12 hours of Bathurst, which is coming up next weekend, which the TPSR eSport crew are going to be taking part of that event. So look forward to that. We'll probably be trying to stream a lot of it. If not, posting Twitch links for all of the drivers. I will be streaming my stint or stints here on the YouTube channel for the Paddock Sim Racing. So look forward to that. We got a lot of racing going on next weekend, as well as not only do we have the TPSR eSport crew doing their 12-hour race, we also have the Porsche Cup next weekend. Pull that schedule up for you guys to see. Yeah, so at Brands Hatch on the 20th, we'll have our race there. And on that Sunday, the 21st, we'll have a event in Forza Motorsport, our Mazda MX-5 Cup Series. That's a blast to run, and that will be at Lime Rock Park. So full, no chicanes. So we'll just be blasting around Lime Rock Park in a bunch of MX-5s, slamming the doors off of them. It's going to be a good time. Look forward to all of that racing here on the Paddock Sim Racing channel next weekend. So as for right now, we are just a few minutes left in qualifying, as these guys are just now coming through for lap times. You can see at 2:30, it goes all the way back to about a second to TPSR Fudge. Runs a 2:30.9, I believe. A big wiggle there at the top of the hill for DKR. Jumps back into pit lane. We're currently running third in class in qualifying here. Everybody else still seems to be out on flyers at the moment. That's going to be it for most of these guys. I don't know if they'll get a chance to go all the way back around for another go at it. Oh, well, it looks like Nighthawk will be able to. A few of these other guys. Sean will take pole unless Trigger and or Nighthawk can slap a good... Oh, I guess Black ZR1 is also out there. He's coming down the hill now. Very nice. Oh, it is a Mola, isn't it? Yeah, I need to get that updated schedule on here, so that's fine. Yeah, I'll get the updated schedule. That's TPSR Smokes in the chat for all of you guys. He posts a lot of things on YouTube. Go follow him on his YouTube too. A lot of racing stuff and a lot of motorcycle stuff. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I do have PC. A lot of these guys do have on PC, but this is primarily an Xbox a league. We do all of our stuff on Xbox console. Yeah. Yeah. there's quite a few teams and leagues that are on PC if you're looking to join a PC crew. None off the top of my head, but I do know there are a bunch out there. And the GT4 guys are hitting the track now as they'll be out. We're on with Jane here, and Aston Martin coming down the hill, long sweeper. Off on the driver's right there. No, we don't play Dirt 4. I've played Dirt 3, but it was on console. Yeah, primarily these guys just stick to track circuits. So they'll play, mostly will be in Assetto Corsa Competizione. A lot of these guys, they play iRacing, and a few of us still run on Forza Motorsport. Forza is compatible with both PC and console, but it's not as sim realistic as a lot of these other games, like ACC or iRacing or R Factor. That's what you fancy. All right, these guys in the GT4 class now, starting their flying laps. Oh, big slide there by Arish, and I believe somebody just jumped in. Who'd I miss jumping in? Spore coming through the final. That was the first turn there. I know how to read a map. See what these guys can do here in GT4. Machine out in front in qualifying session here. First to put down a flying lap. Very confusing. We have a tipper 2 and a trigger. Keep wanting to call them the other name. Just thank goodness they're in opposite classes this season. Boy, that is a hand. Ooh, big wiggle tail whip there from that Mercedes. Definitely want to keep all four tires inside the track here. Get close to the curb, but try not to ride as too much. We'll kick you outside into the kitty litter there, dirtying the lap. Do a good job not to do so. Fast left sweepers. Some cars need a lift, maybe a dab on the brakes there. Keep it nice and clean, especially in the wet conditions here. Some cars, you get it just right in the dry. It's maybe a lift, maybe a flat out, depending on the aero of the car. We'll see where the lap times fall for these guys as they come across the line now. Just 12 minutes past, so that's a 42. High 42 there by the leading Mercedes. As the other drivers now coming across quite spread out still. McLaren of DR Steve, just 2 seconds back from him as Elzebor comes back, and he's back 1 second from DR Steve. So lap time still pretty close together, even on their outlap in wet conditions. It's very impressive. We'll see what they do after they get a little bit of heat in their tires. Very important to get the tire temps up in these GT4 machines. They don't have the best tire warmers, or if any. I don't believe they have any tire warmers when they leave the pit box. About 7.5 minutes left on the clock. And just 3 to 4 laps, depending on where they cross the line. Nice and smooth down the downhill there into the S's. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Definitely be proud of that lap time for sure. I believe in the wet conditions, when I was running the Lexus here, I believe I only got like a 2:32 something out of an absurd amount of lap times in one practice. Ooh, a little wide there by the Mercedes. I don't know if that'll be contained as a clean lap or not. Right on board with Elzebor, just a little bit further back on track. Right on board with the 570s. He's coming across the line now in one of his first laps. And that'll put him all the way up into second place, just a 10th behind Tipper. Definitely good pace by the McLaren there of GRT Erish. That is what you like to see. Both a lot of McLarens now in the field for the second round. First round, it was all BMW all day long. And now we're sitting and relaxing in the McLarens. The other McLaren, a fuzzball, whom I believe was in a BMW in round one. So he's one of the drivers that did switch machines coming into this race. 3 minutes left on the clock. Still tippers out in front. Oh, big off there by Fuzzball, going deep into the S's. Off into the grass there. Slow to come back on track. I don't know if he collected the wall there or not. I don't believe he did. Camera kind of cut away right as he was heading that direction. A little bit of scuff there on the front of the nose of the car, but I don't know if that was previously induced. I don't know what that camera was looking at. A few drivers already back in pit lane. Right on board with Smokes as he heads down through the infamous Rouge now. Up over the hill. Nicely done. Audi up in a third in class thus far. Still 2 seconds behind. About a second and a half behind the class leaders there. Nice variety, a Mercedes, McLaren, and an Audi, BMW in your top 4 in GT4. In GT3, you have PTG Sean up front in a Mercedes, Fudge in a Lexus, DKR, Dory in Mercedes, and Trigger in the Ferrari. Top 4 in each class there. Filling out the top 2 spots of the grid. Oh, big slide, and the back end comes out on the Audi. That will soil that lap for TPSR Smokes. Both Arish and Tipper will come back through for another lap. No improvement by the, oh wait, Arish. Yeah, Arish comes by and collects what is nearly half a second on Tipper 2. He'll retire the car back into pit lane. Tipper's still out on a flyer, as is DR Steve, TPSR Elzebor, and 2 Fuzzball. They're just now coming through, and I don't believe this will be Fuzzball's last lap. So we'll see if he has any improvement with his time. Through the final sector now. Flat out, all the way out the outside, little dab of the brakes, turn in, using all the track and then some. Trying to keep it nice and clean, flat back onto power, heading into the heavy brake zone for the final chicane. Turn in, stay as far right as possible so you can get that nice run left, big tail slide there. Get the power down and across the line. No improvement there from the McLaren of Fuzzball. Still one more driver out there. It's coming down the hill. Steve, also in a McLaren. So unless Steve pulls out a pretty good lap time here, your provisional pole sitters for round 2 of the Paddock Sim Racing's multi-class endurance series will be PTG Sean in GT3 and GRT Arish in GT4. put Erish as pole leader in GT4. Nice, nice, nice. That's what I like to see. All right, now we got a short little break. All these, well, we'll see if these, yeah, we're gonna have to reset. All right, give me a minute here while we reset the lobby. Because going from qualifying to race, it breaks the lobby every time. So, enjoy this pretty little slideshow that we put together for you guys while I get back into it. All right. Don't worry, we'll be right back. We're coming back with the 100 minutes of racing at Spa. Stretch your legs, walk your dog, get a snack, go to the bathroom, check your batteries. Got to be charged for this because it's about to get crazy. And it looks like we're back in the wet conditions. So we got 100 minutes of wet rain racing to go in multi-class. So not only will we have class on class battles, we'll have GT3 and GT4 battles happening all at the same time in probably the worst spots possible. So it's going to be some pretty good racing, I'd have to say. Even though we're missing probably 5 drivers tonight, we've had a few newcomers come in and fill up some spots, which is very nice to see. I know everybody in the north, in the states, and is getting hit with some pretty heavy snow. A few of our drivers have also had some like power outage issues and had all kinds of things going on. So everyone stay safe out there. It's getting crazy. The winter can be real sometimes. All right. All right, there's that. And we'll boop. And in here. So, what is your favorite class so far? To watch, to experience? Any particular drivers you guys care to watch as we go around the track? You have a particular favorite, we can go and spy on them at any given point. I have that power, and I am willing to use it. All right. Let's see if that worked. And the TPSR guys are getting pretty excited about the 12 hours of Bathurst that is coming up in Assetto Corsa on console. A lot of us will be participating in that. And like I said earlier, I will try to share as many of their stream point of views, and it's still broken. It is still broken. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know why it does this, but it just keeps doing it. Not a... I heard that. So we'll back out, and we'll come right back in. Come on. Silly game. No. Alright, now we gotta load it all back up. That is one thing I really wish that they would fix, is the lag, or whatever this is, between qualifying and racing. I think I've only had it work once, I think. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Alright. Quickly jump back in there. They should be out on their pace lap right now. Bear with me. Bear with me. I can't really show them. Actually, I can. We're not showing the actual information. Yappa! There you go. Looking good, kid. Looking good. Alright. Yeah, if you guys enjoy the content thus far, please subscribe to the Paddock Sim Racing. We reach 100 subs on the channel. They're making me do 100 laps here at Spa. So that is exciting. Yeah, we haven't decided what car or video game yet to do it in. So that should be exciting. Yeah, so please sub to the Paddock Sim Racing. We do all kinds of content. Not only do we do races like our invitational that's coming up and events like this where I host and commentate what's happening, or me in the actual event. I also do Weasel Plays, which is random games that I just really want to play. We have a lot of fun with that. I play a lot of multiplayer Halo and all kinds of other stuff. So subscribe if you enjoy the content. Much appreciated. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. As they're lining up nice and neat as they're about to head into the final chicane to go racing. Here we go, everybody. That is your grid out on track. 16 drivers in total. A bit of a lag there. It's driver's night. Oh, yeah. Do they start on the back? Yeah, that's right. They start on the back stretch of turn 1. Okay. I forgot. It's been so long since I've done one of these. So, there you go. Nice tight formation here in the class. As they're about to go green flag any second now. Anticipation is hype. Lit, super dope. And they're green flag running as they're heading down the hill, out of turn 1, into a rouge, side by side. Here we go, up the hill, nice and smooth. There we go, drivers wide to avoid any contact at the bottom of the hill, up the top, and the game froze. That's what I like to see. Nice Assetto. Okay, well, we'll get back into that, and hopefully nothing else really happens. Fantastic. Great game. All right. God. Oh, man. Well, one second. We'll get back in there. Don't you worry. Ay. Lovely content here of this loading screen. Fantastic. So how's your guys' day been? Been good? You guys having a good time? What'd you guys have for dinner? Or for lunch? Midnight snack, wherever you may be? Breakfast? I had breakfast for dinner. Pancakes. It's delicious. Yes. Let's go! Hurry! I want to watch this. Come on! Ay. Alright, quickly now. Hi-oh! Alright, we're getting back in. We're getting back in there, and hopefully we won't have any more serious problems. You never know! Alright, here we go. It was a great start as they headed up the hill. Both PTG Sean and Arish were both leading their classes before the freeze. Let's hope nothing else happened while we were gone. At this point, they have already completed their first lap, and probably halfway through their second for the GT3 machines. And we're back in. Let's minimize that. Yeah, they're halfway through their second lap. As you can see, PTG Sean still out in front. And a couple incidences of GT3 cars dropping back through the field as Black ZR1 and TPSR Fudge back mingling with a lot of the GT4 cars right now. I'm turning my head like looking out a window. There we go. As riding on board with Smokes, who is dropped back just a bit as TPSR Fudge works his way around the Audi. Teammates working nicely to get that Lexus back out in front. Black ZR1 right behind Smokes there. Made his way around DOR Steve, and now looking to advance past Smokes as well. No battles for overall class, but for overall position, they are still battling it out. As Doki and Sean together out on track, Mercedes on Mercedes, words, still Heavy braking into the final chicane to complete lap 2. Ooh, Sean is wide there. Still not giving any room for DKR to get through. DKR looking to the inside, heading into... Oh, we are in dry conditions now. It looked like it was wet earlier. These are dry conditions. The lap times are going to plummet. Racing behaviors are going to change as we head on through. Black CR1 made his way around Smokes. As Tippers and Arish still out in front of the field at the moment. Side by side as they head down the hill. As it looks like Tippers had the better of the run coming through the turn 1 hairpin. Still side by side as they come up the hill through a luge, pinched off in the grass there a little bit by the Mercedes, getting thrown wide off into that. Doesn't look like he gained any bit of time out of that. Totally lost a lot of ground from that curb catch coming up through the hill, the side by side there, losing a position to Smokes. Smokes had the better run through the top of the hill section. Still nose to tail out of the front straight, or mid straight, I would say. So you have McLaren, Audi, Mercedes up front. Your top 3 right now for top 3, as there was a big battle there as Smokes was getting pinched there by Tippers. Heading into the downhill section. Definitely had a better run through that particular set of corners. Smokes does well to avoid any kind of damage and off-puts there. Let him by. A lot of time left here out on track. Don't want to damage or put the car in any harm's way. GT4 still very close together at the pointy end of the field. Mercedes, McLaren, Audi. All 4 McLarens up front right now, as the BMW seem to be suffering just a little bit with Mittens and Elzebor. And Mary Jane bringing up the back of the field at the moment, as I believe that's Black ZR1 in the... Yeah, Black ZR1 in the McLaren. Looks like he had a big off at some point. Severe damages to his machine, dropping all the way to the back of the pack. He'll have to bring that in for some repairs. As riding on board with some of the TPSR guys, Fudge and Nighthawk in the Lexuses, heading up through the field, doing quite well. Still leader, still nose to tail, as it looks like Dory out front. PTG Sean still battling him side by side as they head down through the mid-straight, now into the downhill section. Sean did quite well in round 1, but couldn't... Actually, I don't know if he was in round 1. Hang on. Hop and hop, yeah. I believe he had this. Yeah. No, he's down there. I wonder why. I honestly don't remember. Maybe he DC'd? I don't know. I think he DC'd him of some kind, which isn't good. If you want to find out, the previous race is VODed. Very good race. Highly recommend. Catalunya, fantastic track to watch events on. Heavy in the brake zone there. Still nose to tail for these two. And I believe it's going to be like this for quite some time. Using all the track and then some, just dipping the tires off the curbs. Well there. Any early game predictions of who's going to come out on top for either class? As you can see, the GT3 field is quite spread out now. But I guess the herd here of PTG Onyx, Nighthawk, and Trigger together out on track. As a Ferrari, Lexus, and Audi. Oh, big slide there from Nighthawk as he had a little bit of a better run through the final chicane, getting off-put by the curbs. Seems to be all right. Didn't lose too much ground. Still back under attack. Oh, big late break there by Onyx, nearly collecting the back end of the Lexus. Does well to avoid the rear end of that Lexus. He's coming in hot. Out here and drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Bit of a scary moment there indeed. Still nose to tail, the front of this GT4 field is definitely a party. We'll be on board here with the tail end of the GT4 field. 31 comes out just in front of the GT4 field. Yeah, so he's a lap down now from his class. 2 laps down, I believe. Yeah. So the McLaren of Black CR1 has a lot of catching up to do there. Ooh. Side by side there, just for a split second. McLaren had the run out of that little right, left, right, coming into the downhill. It's going to be a great battle to watch all race long. The top end of GT4 is always a great show. No matter what track, who's driving, it's such a good battle. You have DOR Steve there just kind of waiting patiently in the back for something to happen. He's there to capitalize. Make no mistake, boys. He's waiting. And right behind him, you have Fuzzball. Very fast in his McLaren. Ran BMW last race, did very well in that. Him up into third in points. Mercedes, nice run out of that corner, but I believe still side by side, door to door racing there as they head through the big sweeper. Mercedes gets the pass done there, kind of pushing each other wide, off track just a bit. Who's got the bigger brakes into the final chicane? Looks like the Mercedes has the better line there. Heading across the line, complete lap 5 for them. As the GT3 field quite spread out now. Very spread out. You have the top 7 spread out there by nearly 30 seconds. You have the GT4 field here nearly on top of each other. Sorry, I'm looking at something else and trying to talk at the same time. Sometimes my brain don't work that good. No goo. Audi tucking up underneath the McLaren there, trying to get as much draft down this long straight. Smokes couldn't get the pass done. Looking to the outside, but will be now the inside into the downhill, up the curb, doing everything to try and find his way by. Mercedes, looks like he is starting to pull just a little bit of a gap from the rest of those bandits back there behind him. As Arish still trying to hold on to that second place spot, as Smokes is looking quite racy in his Audi. As the battle of the great BMWs is still very much a large. Looks like Black ZR1 has another off. There's, he pulls off the track. Letting the GT4 cars go by. Riding the curb there. BMW looks like it was going to roll over, hiking a tire up coming in through that corner. Very impressive. As Fudge now in pit lane. Hitting his pit box. He might have some damages. Interesting. 7th in class. Time he comes by, the GT4s will have well made their way around. We still have an hour and 25 minutes left to go. As DKR Dory now leading Sean for about 8 seconds. Ooh, big wiggle, almost nearly collecting the tire wall. Coming onto that back straight. Very scary indeed, as that's going to put DOR, Yellow Cactus, super close to him. You know, riding a little bit too much curb from that Mercedes of Sean. Nearly did him in. That is a huge pucker moment for sure. As it looks like Fudge now leaving pit lane. Or as he's about to be leaving pit lane. And the race leader made his way by. And I'm not sure if Sean will make his way by either. As he's back under full power. So he'll come out right in front of Sean. As he lets second place by go without any real hustle. Or hassle. I'm a hassle. English is my second language. I speak primarily in the weasel dialect. Don't judge me. Alright. Those curbs quite hard in that GT3 Mercedes. You can probably get away with that here, but a few other tracks, that is definitely going to put a damper on your parade. Collect a tire or do what he did earlier coming in through this particular next section is hit a bump just wrong, and that'll throw you way out into the tire walls. Or like at Bathurst, if you're not on your game 100% of the time, that's donezo for you. That's wall-to-wall pinball. Riding on board with the GT4. This class just continues to provide some of the best racing out there, as it looks like Smokes made his way around, and Arish is about to be put down another position. Oh, not quite. Outbroke himself there from Fuzzball. Fuzzball fell back once again, protecting the inside line there. Now, McLaren, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in class all together now. Smokes has a little bit of breathing room and has eyes on Tipper in his Mercedes. Start to put the heat down. It's the 31 back in pit lane. Black CR1 seems to have a few issues with the car. He's now leaving pit box. Might make it out in front of these guys. 30 machine. About 2.5 seconds ahead of second place in class. Completely different story up in GT3 at the moment as DK Ardori out in front and leading quite well. Also in a Mercedes. Mercedes doing very well here this weekend at Spa. And this is the first lap down. GT4 car will be Mary Jane in her Aston Martin. Letting the Mercedes go on the inside line. Very nice, clean racing there. See the speed differences between those machines. The GT3 and GT4 made the pass coming out of that corner by the end of the straight. Nearly 2 seconds ahead of that GT4 car. Sean already on board now, coming across the line to complete lap 9. Nearly 10 seconds between the two in top 2 in GT3 at the moment. TPSR Fudge still mingling in the mid-pack of GT3, but is a lap down. Having to do a pit. Not sure if that was a scheduled stop. These guys are probably going to have to do a scheduled pit stop. 100 minutes here of nearly, let's say, more than half the time of flat out throttle running. Load the car all the way down, you're going to burn through fuel quite quickly here. It is a very long track. Another car in pit lane, the 584 of Trigger in pit lane. Now leaving his pit box. Gonna start seeing some odd strategies from these guys. Not sure if their strategies or incidences out on track. It's going to be hard to tell. It's going to be hard to tell. Already on board. TPSR Fudge at the moment. It's got to be very unnerving to have to do all the practice and qualifying in the dry, to only turn around and have the sun start shining when you start to hit the grid. Now with 100 minutes of running, we still could see some rain towards the end of the race. It is a huge possibility, and it may happen, may not. May stay dry the whole time here. We don't know. That's how we have the server. It's unpredictable. Game changer. Part of the fun. It's part of the thrill. As Trigger starts to drop back through the GT4 field. Guys are going to start pushing hard here. Meow, meow. It's both Nighthawk and Onyx still within a second and a half of each other. Trigger comes out towards the back of the field as now Black CR1 is down 3 laps to the leaders. Still out in no man's land as there was a big incident there, and who was that? I believe Tipper, Trigger back in pit lane. Oh, big off here by the Nighthawk and his Lexus. Ooh, scary moment there in the downhill section, getting squirrely, coming back on track. That's going to leave Onyx be right up underneath the wing of that Lexus. Audis look very comfortable here indeed. Still no real difference in space between first and second in GT4 at the moment, with Tipper out in front still by nearly 5 seconds. And that's Arish in pit lane. Predictably a sanctioned stop, as he's probably going to do his one stop and then run till the end. Strategies are going to be a factor. Some of these guys might be running full loads in the beginning and then do a splash towards the end. And we'll see what happens there. As the 88 and 921 car making their way through the GT4 field at the moment. Forward with Sean as he is right behind Mittens. Sean gets the inside line there through the bottom into the downhill. Super clean, super smooth. Very nice. Sean, another inside move on one of the GT4s. I believe that's Steve. Yep. This is the thrill of multi-class. Love it. Corey making his way around Smoke. Smoke's trying to catch that toe down this back straight. Now it is Cactus's turn. To make his way through the majority of the GT4 cars. It didn't take them very long to catch these GT4 machines. You gotta realize there's not that many cars out on track at the moment. This track usually has 40, 50 cars on it at a time, and we're only rocking with 15. 15 cars out on track. So imagine just the chaos we would have if we could just have nearly just 20 more cars on track. I'm not quite sure the console of Xbox could handle such a thing. But it would be nice if it could. Imagine the massive field you could have here at Spa. Love watching that Ferrari take these corners. Just the Ferrari doing Ferrari things. Well, that isn't catching on fire. We have Elzebor in pit lane now. He's leaving his pit box. Most likely a predicted stop. So drop back. Erish will go around him as well. As things have unfolded thus far, any predictions of what's going to happen? We haven't even quite reached halfway yet. We still have a lot of racing left to go. Wonder who is just kind of keeping it nice and slow and safe, and who's got a little bit more in the tank, you know? It's kind of one of those races where you just kind of need to chill in the middle and see what you're made of towards the end. It's not always about being the quickest, the fastest, like, the entire time. Sometimes you just need to run with the punches and roll with the flow. '26. Mary Jane out in by herself on track at the moment, coming through complete lap. I believe that would be 12 for her. Yes, our Fudge working his way through the GT4 field to get his places back after his early pit stop. The 88 in pit lane, he's leaving pit lane, and the 27 of Nighthawk also in pit lane. It's kind of hard to see that. It's like off on my far left. How my screen is turned. As Fudge makes his way around the GT4 leader into the brake zone in the final chicane. PTG Sean, your new race leader. Way out yonder. Dory just 4 places back from the race leader, but that is nearly a track in length, as you're nearly just 2 corners away from each other. See how long this pit lane is here. I'm gonna not spend as much time in that lane as much as possible. all that does is eat up time and eat up track. You go all the way back to Cactus here. Cars all kinds of mixed up right now. There may only be 15 of them, but boy, are they spread out through the entirety of this track right now. Look at that map. Look at that map. That's a lot. That's chaos. Oh my goodness, just imagine more cars. I'd love that. I would love that. Please add more cars to the grid. Maybe like 10 more. 10 more cars. That'd be ideal. You can do it. I believe in you. What's the meme? You can do it. Nailed it. Nearly 40 minutes into the race. Still an hour to go. Hour and 4 minutes left. 15 laps completed by race leader. It's going to be a long race, everybody. Exciting. Is anybody going to wake up nice and early and join me for some Bathurst 12-hour qualifying? I'll be streaming my qualifying session here on the Paddock Sim Racing channel. Look forward to that tomorrow morning. I don't think we have the MX-5 scheduled. Just pop this open real quick while we got a little bit of downtime. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Yeah, Lime Rock is our next race, and that will be on the 21st. Yes, we have a bye week for the Mazda MX-5 Cup. Just 4 races left in that calendar. Lime Rock, Laguna, Sebring, and VIR. That is going to bring us into mid-March for our Forza series, and we'll be announcing the next one shortly thereafter Sebring. So, look forward to that news. Meaning Weasel needs to get on it and make a series proper. I have a few ideas, and I have a few things laid about, but nothing in complete structure yet. If you are interested in any kind of Forza motorsport or racing, yeah, some pretty cool stuff going on usually. Check all that out. The videos on YouTube. A lot of that is pretty cool. A lot of fun to be part of and to watch. If you enjoy any kind of the content, as Mary is now leaving pit lane as well. Yeah. Tipper still out in front of the field. Smoke still in second in class. And Fuzzball a little bit back further on track from Smokes. Crazy Mittens doing pretty well in that BMW right now. Mary starting to get back under power, staying driver's right for the cars coming by. Very nice, very nice, very nice. As Onyx now hits his pit stall for his pit stop. And he is away. He's going to be coming out probably somewhere pretty close to race leader. Be put a lap down as PTG Sean still out on track. Onyx leaving or entering still the back pit lane. Just under an hour to go here in the race. 40 minutes completed. Into third after Onyx's pit. TPSR Fudge doing well. 11 to third. Nighthawk, 27 Lexus, just behind Fudge. Black CR1, I believe, is still 2 laps down from the next GT3 in line. Good battles going out on track GT4. They're all relatively on the same side of the track, at least still. Oh. No, that'll have to do that. The Audi screaming at the top of El Rouge. My goodness. My goodness. Still about a 10-second gap between Tipper and Smokes, and between race leader of PTG Sean and Yellow Cactus, there seems to be a little bit larger of a gap. I believe that's going to be a lot. A lap. Is he really down a lap? Oh, he's down one sector. Down one sector, yeah. So a third of the track. Pretty much will be like 35, 40 seconds-ish. Depending on the sector, at least. Got a lot of stuff going on here at TPSR. Got a race Thursday night. This coming Thursday night, Invitational GT4 only. It's first come first serve, and it will be at the DLC track for us console players, Imola. So join that. You'll find all of the information on our Discord channel. Links you can find below to our social media and our Discord. So Discord is the Paddock Sim Racing Discord. Not only is it for esports and real sports, but it's just a nice chill place to hang out and chat with our drivers and other drivers and find out what events are going on. There's a lot going on. We got multiple drivers doing multiple events this weekend. A lot of these guys have been double and triple stinting in races right now. You know, a few of these guys did a double stint earlier today, and now they're doing this one, and then they're doing one after this for a different time zone and different race series. So these guys are definitely into their racing. It's an understatement for a lot of these guys, especially the 4 guys that we're missing too tonight are leaders in class thus far in points or championship points. Very fast, and they have a lot of races going on. So just unfortunate that they have to miss these events due to unforeseen circumstances and whatnot, power outages and all that kind of jazz. They'll be here for the next round, don't you worry. And that'll have us back up to a 20 driver grid. You can bet on that for sure. Race leader here in GT4. Kind of a lull in the action at the moment. Everybody is still quite spread out. Black CR1 slowly working his way back up the grid after the 2 incidences he had early on in the race. Race leader completing 20 laps so far. We are just about at the halfway point. So we'll probably knock out a good 40 laps here at Spa. Nice and smooth up the hill. Very pretty. Buzzball and DOR Steve still pretty close together out on track. McLaren on McLaren. GT4 McLaren just looks so comfortable out on track. Black ZR1 a little bit further back on track from this McLaren to the next McLaren. Black ZR1 working his way back through the GT4 field once again.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
Halfway point from race control. Nice. Nice. We're over the hump now, boys. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing, keep pushing. At this point of the race where you just need to get in that zone, that comfortable zone, hit all your marks out on track. Try to keep, your mind on edge, but not too unfocused that you start to lose the edge. It's a fine line between adrenaline and zoning out. They say a lot of people, they get tunnel vision when they drive, but race car drivers, it's not necessarily, I would say, tunnel vision. It's more of a widening vision. You see everything without having to see everything. Very hard to explain. Unless you knew. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, whoa, big there. I don't know why I said big there, but it looked like they're about to be two class different McLarens getting into each other on the fastest sweeper. Big tail whip there by that one, coming through the final corner. 21 laps now completed by the race leader. Cactus in pit lane, Nighthawk in pit lane, and Tipper also in pit lane. That'll put Smokes in the overall class lead for GT4 as he heads down the back straight. 50 minutes into this race, drivers are probably going to start coming in for their pits for the halfway point. That'll put Sean in pit lane as well. Crazy Mittens in pit lane as well. Where you need to start doing your back calculating from race end, know when and where you came into pits and where everybody else came into the pits. See where your advantages are on time, on fuel, on tire wear, on brake wear, any damages that you've had. PTG Sean still in pit lane, second place. Dory coming down the hill now. Of Mittens leaving his pit box as Sean right behind the GT4 machine of Mittens. That is going to put a better advantage, I think, on the 88 machine. I don't know if he got enough ground. No, he's not gonna come. Be kind of close, but I don't think he'll have the advantage here when they leave this pit lane limiter spot. As the GT4 will come up the hill. GT3 slowed just a bit by Mittens coming out of pit lane. As he kind of moves off to the side. Nope, runs back on track. So these guys both on cold tires most likely, so they're going to have to take it easy for just a little bit. Black CR1 back in pit lane. This is probably a scheduled stop. I'm not sure he'll be able to make it all the way with the fuel that he had earlier. He is definitely not going to need as much fuel as the rest of these guys to make it to the end. And ETG Sean does well to come out well ahead of Dory. This is a game now of who can pass the cars in front of them the most efficiently. That is the art of multi-class racing. Third place of Cactus, not far behind Dory as well. TPSR Fudge now in front of Onyx, moving up the grid just a bit. Smokes, leader at GT4 right now, still out on track. Black CR1 falls back to the bottom of the grid as he is in pit lane. As the 26 of Mary Jane comes back through. Interesting to see when some of these when these top 3 GT4 guys come in pit lane, where they'll come out relatively close to Tipper and Arish. Or will it just be a fall of the cards? Who knows? What's the game? 52 card pickup? Just throw the cards everywhere. Who knows where they'll land? Smoke's blasting up the hill in his Audi. Hood on that Lexus looks like it's about to fly off. I think Fudge has already done his pit stop, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's coming in pit lane now. Nighthawk also has done his pit stop. Smokes, Buzzball, and Steve should be coming back in pit lane for their stop relatively soon. They've been going for about an hour now. Thinking that they started with full tanks. .24 laps completed. This Fudge is still in pit lane. He's left his pit box, now entering second pit on his way out. are you guys liking the stream so far? You guys like the format we're using here for the stream, like the overlay? We got the chat going now. Pretty cool stuff. Before he comes flying by as Fudge leaves the box, or pit lane there. Hour has now been completed in this race. Ooh, big wiggle there from Nighthawk. Saved it quite nicely, though. Smoke's about to complete his lap 24. Is he going to come into pit lane? He's going to stay out for one more. Or maybe 2 or 3, who knows? Let's see if McLaren comes in. No, he's also staying out. Steve right behind him in 3rd in class. Also staying out. These guys ran heavy in the beginning stint of this race. DJ Sean doing some great work out front, maintaining the lead time-wise over 2nd place of DK Ardori. Now behind 4th place GT4 Tipper. Making his way around the outside. A long way around there from GT4. Got the pass done very fast, very efficiently. Love to see that kind of speed and pace from our drivers. Cleanliness. Cleanliness? That's what I was looking for. Black CR1 with a drive-through at this point. That car must be really fighting him here.
before, letting the Ferrari go by. Looks like Crazy Mittens just up the road from him. Closest cars together on track at the moment. Smokes out for one more, as is Fuzzball. These guys have got to come in soon. They've got to be low on fuel. Oh, the crazy lads staying out. All three of them. My controller batteries are dying. Look at that. I can't even keep the fuel in my controller, but these guys are still out there running on hopes and dreams. Alright, controller swap. Give me a sec. Oh boy. Roll on over here. Oh boy, I'm pulling things off my desk. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, I need an adult. Send help. Send help. Reloading! Sorry about the message. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I apologize. I need my remote. Oh, another drive-through from Fuzzball. Another drive-through from Fuzzball. They're gonna have to do that relatively soon. Not only is Fuzzball gonna have to run his pit lane, his pit stop, he's also gonna have to come back through. Both drivers have to do a drive-through. That is not good, especially on a track like this, where it's very fast, very long track. Ooh, Black CR1 off into the tire wall. Adel Rouge coming back across the track, nearly collecting another car. I believe that was a Lexus of some kind. That was a very dangerous spot to be in. I don't know why he's doing in the middle of the track. He needs to be offline. Yeah, he's off in the grass now. That was very scary for anyone coming up to that. He does a very good job of avoiding any kind of collisions there with the very hurt now McLaren. Smoke staying out for another lap. GT4 cars now 2 laps down from the leaders. As the gap between race leader and second in class still remains the same for about 35 seconds between the two. And still no rain to be had. Got off pretty lucky here with the weather conditions. Practice and qualifying were very tense. Nail biters to be sure. The race here proven to be very fast-paced. Probably going to see about 3 to 4 extra laps in the dry than in the wet. Final chicane now. The 26 now has a drive-through penalty. It's more than likely everyone's getting tagged by a Rouge. It took 60 minutes of racing, 65, 70 minutes of racing, but you abuse that line. The game will snag you for it. That's why we chose to do our longer event here. Ooh, big hit there by Mary Jane coming down the hill. Else really around at the moment to get caught up in that. So the 30 machine of Tipper right there behind her now after the incident. Still pushing that Aston Martin hard. Fuzzball in pit lane. Probably just going to do his drive-through and then come back. Yep. Black CR1 in pit lane. He's going to make a stop. Interesting. That was a Nighthawk drop a few positions. And then gained that position back. 55 has done his drive-through, so Fuzzball is cleared of violations. Yield. Under 30 minutes to go now. Fantastic racing by all at the moment. Still in interesting. 4 laps down now. Race leader coming through in 05. This race leader will go and complete 30 laps of this race. Buzzball going to be pushing hard now because he still has to come in and do his actual pit stop, and that will more than likely bring yeah. Whew. Excuse me. More than likely bring Tipper and Arish back into the fray for them. Smith coming back down the field. Or hill. It might as well be field. Coming back down the field. Going for that 3-point conversion. Fuzzball back into pit lane doing his official mandatory stop. He's going super slow. There he goes. In pit lane, doing her drive through. 25 minutes remaining in the race. Still PTG Sean in the lead. And TPSR Smokes leading his class of GT4. Ooh, Onyx kind of breaking out of the racing line there, nearly catching the GT4 Audi of Smokes. Fuzzball losing 2 positions to both Tippers and Arish as predicted. And where will he come out relative to Mittens? He's down a lap from Smokes as Smokes goes by now. That agonizing pace as you come through pit lane. I believe that'll put Mittens ahead. Yeah, that'll put Mittens and Elzebor ahead of Fuzzball. So Fuzzball is going to have some work cut out for him to catch both of those guys. Mittens. Dior. Steve now diving in pit lane. Smokes is still out. Maybe coming in this time by though. A lot of action going on here at the front end of the field. Black CR1 looks like he's leaving pit lane as well. Out right in front of the 570. There's Arish. Arish has been pushing hard to keep that gap. And yeah, he's right there in the rearview mirror of him. Right on board with Smokes. Smokes is going to stay out for another lap. What is this in his car for fuel? My lord. He's running on hopes and dreams at this point. Nighthawk to get a position back from Smokes. Still quite a massive gap from PTG Sean, putting on a very good performance in the lead. Of GT3 at the moment. Fantastic run by him as he goes the inside line there on the Aston Martin. Black CR1 is going to have to come in probably this time by, or he'll end up having to suffer some consequences. We're now back up into second place in GT4. Arish right behind him, about the length of the start-finish line straight. Black CR1 has 1 lap remaining before something happens. We all know what that is. Disqualification. Smoke braking super late. He's going to stay out for another one. Is he going to make it all the way to the end? Or is he learning from the run at Catalunya? I think he might pull something out of Magic 8's box of running with as much fuel as physically possible in the car, and if you need to stop at the end, you do a splash and dash for fuels. Keep as little amount of time in pit lane as much as possible. As Nighthawk makes his way around Smokes for an overall position. Not for class position, but for an overall position. Less than 20 minutes to go here in the race from this 100-minute race here at Spa, and we have completed 33 laps of a predicted 40-ish laps or so. And Nettle's race leader there coming through this gaggle of cars. About to put Nighthawk down a lap, going through the inside line. Very nice. Running there by everybody in both classes. Class leaders and lapped down cars. All mixed into one little bunch on track. That is fantastic. Back a little bit. Keep an eye on Smokes here. CR1 in pit lane. Drive. Staying out one more lap. Crazy, everybody. Can you believe that, chat? What does he run? What does he have in this thing? It's insane. Mittens there up the road. Buzzball still quite a ways back from Elzebor. I wonder if he had a bit of an incident there on one of his outlap. He would have came out right, I would think like maybe 10 seconds behind one of the BMWs there, Elzebor. using all of those curbs there. Fatigue probably starting to set in a little bit for these guys. A lot of them have been doing driving not only here for 75 minutes or 85 minutes, but they've been racing other races as well. Very spread out now on track. Nobody is near each other. Give it a lap and they'll be right on top of each other once again. Right on board with Cactus here. Dipper's using a lot of track on the exit there. Drive-through for Steve. Now that'll be our 4th drive-through penalty called this race. In pit lane for it. Nice. Nice. Get that out of the way as quick as possible. 12 minutes remaining. Smokes is finally in pit lane. See where Tippers comes out at. Heading to the downhill section now. Heading in through the S's. Smokes is still in his pit box. Drive-through cleared for the 51 of DOR Steve, and Smokes is mobile. Coming out through pit entry there. Tippers comes into the final chicane now. Both GT3 cars now trying to make their way around the Aston Martin. Getting the pass done. Smokes now out of pit lane. 10 minutes remaining in the race. And Tippers is probably a good... we'll know officially through the first sector marker here, but I'm going to say at least 10, 15 seconds behind. Under 10 minutes to go. And 17 seconds behind class leader. Hefty margin between first and second in GT. Sean just doing fantastic drive here, weaving through the slower class cars here, not wasting any time. Although it looks like Dory here getting mixed up with a lot of the GT4 machines on the slower end of the track. That is definitely a time killer, especially when it comes to overall race pace in the long run. Blasting past the GT4 machine there with the overall race leader. Tail end of this little battle. About to come through and complete lap 38. Tippers knocking 2 seconds off of Smokes that last lap. Both these guys are going to be pushing pretty hard now. Big wiggle at top of the Rouge. Looked like he scrubbed too much speed. That's good, that's good. Looked like he has a damaged wheel on that left front. Definitely looks like his wheel is off. He may have a tire going down, or if that's just the game acting buggy. Back down a second overall on Smokes. Race leader is making his way by Onyx. So quick here. And so comfortable too. Yeah, Elzebor and DOR Steve together as that hood on that BMW does not look OSHA approved. The Lexus. Fudge is right behind that battle. Race leader coming through second place in GT4 at the moment. Catch him just a second as well. The passes, I have to say, for this particular race have been extraordinary. They've been very fast, very clean. Nobody's been, making unpredictable moves out on track. So the level of driving here has been phenomenal. Can't get over the fact that how good these guys are in multi-class racing. You have to be head on a swivel, even with 15 drivers in a lobby, at all times. There's always going to be somebody behind you, somebody in front of you. And maybe not for 2, 3, 4 laps at a time, but you're definitely going to be there, especially if we have a full lobby of 20, and this is one of the bigger tracks too, so you have a little bit of more space of cars on track, but definitely when we have a fuller field and a smaller track, it's going to be very hectic, especially, I believe, Imola will be next weekend, if nothing gets postponed. I'll check the schedules officially. They're posted elsewhere, so with under 5 minutes to go now, technically under 4 minutes to go now, I believe we'll do 2 more laps after this one. Depending on where the leader crosses the line, which I believe he will. Yeah, he should. Backs off in pace. We should get 2 more laps. Still about 15 seconds between first and second here in GT4 with Smokes out in front. Tipper still back 15 seconds, and you have GRT Arish another 12 seconds back from him. This cluster of cars up here at the top of the hill. McLaren, Ferrari. What? PR1 off the inside of that particular turn right there, as Buzzball making a move there on Dior Steve. It was a very brave and very bold move there by the McLaren of Buzzball, but it made it stick quite nicely. Some last minute position changes there for GT4, and I believe that is for 5th place. With a minute 45 left on the clock. These two are probably going to go at it for the rest of this particular race. 25 back underneath the wing of PTG Sean on lap 40 now. I don't know where he's at relative. Well, he has a lot of time. He might just end it quickly, depending on where Dory is. Dory is just now coming into the top of the hill after the mid-straight. I believe we'll get one more lap. I'm wondering Oh, that's race. Well
Leader has finished the
done
race.
indeed. And Smokes will come across the line, as will Tipper. Fantastic ending there by these guys. As Sean does his victory donuts. Well deserved indeed, for sure. TPSR Smokes doing his victory donuts. Well done, everybody, indeed. Tipper, great drive there. GG, Onyx, and a few of the other drivers still out on track. Dory coming down the downhill, or the long back stretch. A lot of the GT4 cars still battling it out. Fuzzball and Steve still relatively close together out on track. One little oopsie coming through this final stretch will be the deciding factor between the two. It looked like there was a car off. That was Black ZR1. Off on driver's left. And looks like Fuzzball will take 5th place. Or 4th. As Elzebor. A bit of incident there. He's off track. Cactus comes across the line, completing the race, and 4th place. Well done, everybody. That was a fantastic race. Very long. Everybody did very well out on track, especially with traffic. Even with only 15 drivers, that was fantastic racing, as we're still waiting for the Aston Martin to come across the line, but positions have been decided. That was some fantastic running. Well done, everybody. Well done. That was very, very exciting. Who were we missing? Oh, Trigger. We lost Trigger super early on. When did that happen? That's unfortunate. How'd I miss that? That sucks. We'll figure out what happened there. But that's going to be the stream, everybody. Tomorrow morning, in roughly about 12 hours, I will be back for my qualifying run for Race World's 12 hours of Bathurst. I will be doing my qualifying. So I will see you guys then. I will be posting Weasel Plays schedule probably on Monday night of some time. Next weekend we have a lot of racing going on. We have the 12 hours of Bathurst. Maybe we'll have the Porsche Cup at Imola, and then maybe, well, not a maybe. We will definitely have our Mazda MX-5 Cup at Lime Rock. So look forward to that. Thank you for everybody who came out and watched the stream. Thank you for all of the wonderful comments and likes on the video. I appreciate all of you. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. Once we reach 100 subscribers, Weasel here, myself, will be doing 100 laps here at Spa. So keep on the subscribes, keep on the likes, keep on the comments. Love seeing the comments about all the videos. If you have anything that you'd like to see added to our streams, or anything that you would like us to do, particularly as TPSR as a whole, let us know in comments. Join our social media and join our Discord. Links are below in the description. For the VOD, video, I will be posting timestamps for all of the races. So if you're here now, that will be ideal if you want to watch what you missed earlier. That's all I have for you guys tonight. I'm going to get out of here so I can help these guys do cleanup, basically. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was very, very exciting. I love multi-class racing. Doesn't matter if you're in last or if you're in first. You're always around somebody within 5 laps, especially on a big track like this. I love that. I love that a lot. And next week, not next week, but next GT3, GT4 endurance race, which I'll pull up the schedule real quick for you guys. It says Brands Hatch here, but it's probably going to be a Mola. Don't know if it's going to be postponed because of our endurance race or not. I have to go and check the other schedule, and I'll post that in social media on Twitter as well. Yeah, so that is 80 minutes of Imola. I don't know if it's next weekend or the next. We'll probably end up having to move everything back a week, maybe. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a lot of fun for that particular race, whether it was Brands Hatch or Imola. Very tight track, very fast track with 2 different types of cars. So look forward to that. And here is the Porsche Cup schedule that we have for the remainder of the season. And then we have the Mazda MX-5 Cup for all of you Forza drivers as well. Keep an eye out for that. So here's your points prior to this race. This is not official point standings after the finish of that race. So you had More the Coat, EXR Battery, ART Magic 8, and Captain Raj. Not here tonight due to other scenarios that have taken place. So that's going to do well for points for pretty much everybody else. So keep all of that in mind. It's going to be a lot of fun to see the points battles here on out for the remainder of the season. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. This was a great race to watch. I hope I see you guys again. Once again, please subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Everybody have a good night. Everybody have a good morning, good afternoon. Everybody stay safe out there. And we'll see you on track. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.